On November 19th, 1863, amidst the bloodshed of the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln stood on the battlefield of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It had been only 4 months since one of the war's most brutal conflicts took place on this ground. Lincoln was there to dedicate a cemetery to the fallen soldiers, a moment that would serve not just as a memorial, but as a reaffirmation of the principles upon which the United States was founded. His speech was brief, only about 2 minutes long, but its words have resonated through history as one of the most profound statements of American values and democracy.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived and liberated, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause full, which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth.
Lincoln's words have endured through generations, not just as a commemoration of those who gave their lives at Gettysburg, but as a declaration of the enduring struggle for equality and unity. Today, the Gettysburg Address continues to remind us of the sacrifices made for freedom and the unyielding pursuit of a nation built upon the ideals of democracy. That government of the people, by the people, shall not perish from the earth,